Vitamin B1, also known as thiamine, is one of those nutrients that works quietly behind the scenes but is absolutely essential for turning the food you eat, especially starches, into energy your body can actually use. It plays a critical role in the digestion and metabolism of carbohydrates, particularly in the process of breaking down glucose, the simple sugar that starches are ultimately converted into during digestion. Without enough thiamine, your body can't efficiently tap into the energy stored in grains, legumes, or any carbohydrate-rich food. That's why thiamine isn't just a nice-to-have vitamin. It's a foundational element in how your metabolism works. When you eat starchy foods like whole grains, potatoes, or beans, your digestive system starts by breaking them down into glucose molecules. Glucose is the body's preferred fuel, especially for the brain and nervous system. But glucose alone isn't useful until it goes through several complex metabolic steps inside your cells. This is where thiamine steps in. Once absorbed into the body, thiamine is converted into its active form, thiamine pyrophosphate, TPP, a coenzyme that is absolutely essential for the function of several enzymes involved in carbohydrate metabolism. One of the most critical steps in this process is the conversion of pyruvate, a product of glycolysis, into acetyl-CoA, which then enters the citric acid cycle, also known as the Krebs cycle. This cycle is the central pathway your cells use to generate ADP, the molecule that stores and transfers energy for everything from muscle contraction to nerve signaling. The enzyme that converts pyruvate to acetyl-CoA is called pyruvate dehydrogenase, and it cannot function without thiamine as a coenzyme. Without TPP, this energy transfer process comes to a halt. Instead of being efficiently metabolized, pyruvate builds up and less energy is produced. Over time, this leads to fatigue, irritability, brain fog, and even nerve damage if the deficiency becomes severe. Thiamine's importance doesn't stop there. It also plays a role in the pentose phosphate pathway, another metabolic process that not only helps generate energy but also produces essential compounds like nucleotides, the building blocks of DNA and RNA, and NADPH, which helps protect your cells from oxidative stress. In this way, thiamine supports not just energy production, but also long-term cellular health and resilience. The good news is that thiamine is naturally found in a variety of whole plant foods, particularly in grains and legumes. Foods like brown rice, oats, whole wheat, and barley are excellent sources of thiamine, especially when they are eaten in their whole, unrefined forms. That's because the majority of thiamine in grains is found in the bran and germ, the parts of the grain that are removed during refining. When grains are processed into white flour or white rice, up to 80% of their thiamine content can be lost. That's a big reason why many refined grain products are enriched with synthetic thiamine to make up for what was removed. But even with enrichment, the body tends to absorb and utilize vitamins from natural food sources more efficiently. Legumes such as lentils, black beans, navy beans, and chickpeas are also outstanding sources of thiamine. Including these foods regularly in your meals provides a double benefit. They give you complex carbohydrates, which digest slowly and keep blood sugar stable, and they also supply the very vitamin needed to metabolize those carbs effectively. This built-in synergy is one of the best examples of how whole, plant-based foods are naturally designed to support the body's energy systems. In short, thiamine is not just another vitamin, it's a metabolic key. Without it, your body can't unlock the energy stored in carbohydrates. With it, you can turn a bowl of oatmeal or a serving of lentils into steady, lasting fuel that powers your muscles, supports your nervous system, and keeps your brain alert. It's a perfect example of how micronutrients, though needed only in small amounts, can have massive effects on how we feel, think, and perform. So, if you're looking for natural, food-based energy that keeps you going all day long, don't just think about how many carbs you're eating. Think about how well your body can use them. Choosing whole grains and legumes rich in thiamine is one of the simplest, most effective ways to ensure your starches don't just fill you up, they actually fuel you.